Can we get out by here? Ooh. Yes. Darktown? Tranquility, birthright. Oh, by the way, we should probably be taking out my dog, Troy. I can do that, right? No one will get mad?
You know what I love about the Undercity? Absolutely nothing.
Oh, this is like underground?
The guards don't get here often enough.
We shouldn't talk here.
Whoa, sounds like everyone's on edge.
A Ferelden in the guard. What will they think of next?
You have a problem with that?
Me? My family's not native either. I'm just surprised. A lot of old prejudice in the guard.
I'll give them plenty of reason to change their minds.
You know, it's possible they're just scared shitless of you. That's my theory, anyway.
Either way, that's probably a good sign. Some people are prejudiced, but she still got into the guard. So that's good.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawke. Haven't seen you since Mirren hired me for that Red Iron job. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the deep roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
It's not Tom Wise, but I gotta do it, right?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? The Red Iron's been scarce, and business has been a little slow. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Thank you. Thank you. Sounds good. It sounds like we've been making good friends. Or, well, business partners in the time that we've been here. Poisons. Same stuff. Okay, yeah, like ordering stuff. Alright, sure. Debilitating poison. While we're within the confines of the city, there's not much fighting to be done. We're mostly just getting to know our surroundings here.
They say the blight's done. It's never done.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't live long enough to see the next one, though.
Outsiders think they can change us.
This leaves. We don't want to leave. There's still old stuff from before.
Alone in the dark, and that's how we like it.
Freedom. What a crock.
The Tevinter Imperium. For good or will, the Imperium has put its stamp on Thedas forever. The old Imperial Highway is still in use across most of Thedas. The ruins of Tevinter fortresses and centers of magical study still litter our landscape, long after the glory of the Imperium dimmed. But the influence of that ancient empire goes deeper than this. Without Tevinter, there would have been no Blights, no Andraste, no Chantry. Every aspect of our world would be altered. The might and majesty of the Imperium may have faded, but it still makes its presence known, even in the most distant corners of Thedas. Every child has been brought up on stories of Tevinter as it is now, a decadent nation ruled by the Archon. As the Archon is a Tevinter thing, and his court of magisters. Great, and no doubt corrupt mage lords. Their chantry a mockery of our own, their black divine, a man chosen from the ranks of the Minrathu's circle of magi. The Maker's most hallowed law, magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him, perverted. Mages in the Imperium say their most sacred duty is to serve man, and they serve best by wielding political power. And the worst, that which blessed Andraste must weep to see, all of it is built on a foundation of slavery. While most nations forbid the buying and selling of slaves within their own borders, nearly everyone ships her people to the Imperium for sale, skirting the prohibitions against such atrocities and feeding the Imperium's endless hunger for bodies. To fight the Kunari, to work the mines and quarries, to build the palaces of the Magisters, to sweep the crumbling streets and turn the middens and serve at the whim of their mage overseers. Black City, Black Divine, study of the Tevinter Imperium. Officially, this isn't Tevinter Imperium land anymore, but just judging by how everything around here. We still see all the stuff on the walls, and we're still using their buildings and stuff. Easy to see that they're still keeping some of their traditions somehow. Kirkwall, Darktown. Darktown was once a mine controlled by the Tevinter Imperium. Once exhausted, the mine shafts were extended under the city to dispose of sewage from Kirkwall's overcrowded population of slaves. Unsurprisingly, the tunnels became a refuge for those fleeing captivity. A similar trend continues today. The Undercity, as some call it, is home to the diseased, the insane, to criminals, and even the dead. Unwanted corpses are often discarded here by murderers and lazy undertakers. Darktown slums makes Lowtown look pleasant in comparison. The foul miasma known as choke damp clogs and swells in every corner of the Darktown, creating a poisonous mist. Its sewers are a dangerous place. The walls are damp, slick, and coated with phosphorescent lichen. The sewer is a maze, and one foolish enough to enter is not likely to be heard from again. Maybe even worse than, what was it, Dust Town in Orzammar. The unwanted people of Kirkwall. So just get out of here and stay out of the way of the rich people, basically.
I imagine Orzammar is like this.
Oh.
Only with beards and an overwhelming sense of superiority.
Maybe not that much better than Dust Town. And there's... oh! Alright. Abandoned mining tunnels. Anders being in a place like this never really struck him for the charity type, but maybe he's a patriot. A Ferelden patriot. Why are you immediately attacking me? What did I do to you? Is this your land? Did I accidentally come here, or...? You don't like how I look? Or what's going on?
Can we go home? Maybe Spawn left our house.
Spawn? Darkspawn? Oh, I thought we rescued these people or something. No, these people just randomly attacked me because... Do we look weak? We have 4 people and a dog. I feel like most people would probably do better by staying away, but what do I know?
Rule of thumb. If the criminal runs to the sewers, he's gone.
We have a city guard with us.
Where's Puddles? He should get some food too.
Is that your pet? Death Root. Discover it. Once you discover it, craftsmen will always have access to it. The resource is not consumed when you order items. Death Root has been used in magic and potion making for centuries. It's a fragile-looking plant with a thin stalk and purple flowers, which fruits once a year, developing bright red fleshy pods that cause disorientation and dizziness if ingested. There are 2 varieties. The more common, Arcanist Deathroot, was first found by Arcan Hadrianus when he discovered it growing on several dead slaves. The root itself is dangerous, and it also grows on unpleasant locations. The other, Lunatic's Deathroot, is most closely associated with the story of the courtesan Melusine, who sought revenge on a powerful magister and his family. She harvested the plant, baked it into small pies for the magister's banquet, and presented them to the magister at a banquet. Okay, she baked it into the small pies for the banquet and presented at the banquet. All the guests were seized by terrifying hallucinations after eating the pies and tore each other to pieces. But maybe in small portions, it could be some kind of a recreational drug. Ooh. Got some armored people here. Oh. Not nice people at all. Something Devinter traditions. A sister? A sister? Sister Plinth. The remains of a missionary sister who sought to bring the chant of light to dark places of Kirkwall. Oh no. Hello?
Mind your manners. This is my territory.
Even the slavers aren't randomly attacking me. Why did those mercenaries? Weird. Yeah, we don't really have jurisdiction here, and we're not a hero of justice. Sometimes we'll have to see injustices and just walk by because there's not much we can do.
Take what I like. That's what I say.
Now let's see. Oh, is there an area behind us? No, this way if I keep going. Over here.
Going to have to do some shopping upstairs pretty soon.
No one's stopping us from going upstairs and going downstairs, right? It's just where people choose to live. Not even choose, it's where they can live. A Mel Estate cellar. Oh! It's right here.
I think this is the cellar door. Let's go in and see why Gamlin lied.
You know what? We're here anyway. Why not? Haven't seen too many sick people or Anders, but he must be around here somewhere. Oh, wow, this is... Oh, okay. That was fast.
You will...
Have we all gotten a little bit stronger since the last time?
Order will rule.
Varric. Ranged. If we kill every slaver here, the guy that we just spoke to, that slaver leader, is probably gonna get mad. It's not gonna be as easy just taking back the estate like that. Is it? I mean, I want it to be, I just don't think it is. Oh. And over here. Combat. Assassins lurk on the edges of fights, striking from the shadows before slipping away again. They often prey on those with the least formidable armor, like mages and rogues. Well, I'm a mage, or I'm a rogue, and we have a mage here as well. Actually, we have a pretty weak party. If you go by HP. We're all doing alright. Oh, maybe we should get the assassin first.
You are not enough.
Oh, damn. Thank you. And then I'll get this one. More belts. Are these nice belts? Plus 12 attack? Stamina? I guess that would be nicer. Because more stamina means more special attacks. Should probably do my points and stuff too. Oh, attributes were okay for now. Abilities? I don't know, man. There's so much to look at. Well, I guess we're giving up on archery then, because there's no double weapon sets. Dual weapon. Explosive strike. The roll completes the combo built up by Unforgiving Chain. Okay. It's hard to compare abilities when they put into the tree like that, because we have to go in and out to compare. So Varric, you don't need to lockpick because I can lockpick. Does that mean I can give up on cunning? Cunning is good for you anyway, right? I'll just pump it into dexterity for now. It looks like I'll probably need to care about willpower and constitution too. I'm keeping it in mind. Bianca, scoundrel. Throw more force into each strike or shot. Precision. Oh, these are different modes. Let's see, can we get more activated abilities? Blindside. More capable of potent attacks when engaging distracted enemies. Oh, 120 damage, 120% damage against enemies engaging other allies. That's not a activated ability? Oh, Armistice. Oh, this is like a threat or taunt. I'll do this one though. Okay. And then... I guess... Oh, but that still only gives like 5 mana. But it looks like this time, when people level up, they don't get mana and health automatically. So we actually do have to care about these from time to time. Okay, I got you, I got you. I gotta start using other people too. I'm getting too comfortable with it just myself. Warrior. A warrior should be... strength and dex, is it? Landing a critical hit. I didn't do any of your points. That might be a little bit... Critical chance. Well, it's not magic we're doing. Yeah. Wait, what's everyone's affinities with us right now? I want to check that too. 3 points for Aveline. Vanguard, Battlemaster, Guardian, Warmonger, Defender. In this kind of composition, she needs to be the tank. But does she need to be the Defender, specifically? Make every swing count. Heavy swings that cleave through foes. Nothing flashy. Shield Bash probably would be a good one all the time. Okay. Enemies receive no bonus for attacking from behind. That would be good too, but I'll do Shield Bash. Assault. Significant damage. Do it. Okay. She's always going to be using weapon and shield, right? So that'll be good. We're neutral. Bethany is not just my friend, but my sister. Varric, a little bit leaning towards friend.
Right behind you, Hawke.
Our family home. Did you ever think you'd be here?
Always where you need.
No, I didn't think we'd be here, but I hope we can get it back legally. Doesn't mean I want to live here, though. Because it's kind of crummy. Oh. Portrait of the past. Bethany might be interested in the old portrait of her mother. Speak with her about it back at Gamlin's house. Wait, that's my mother too, isn't it? Do we have different moms?
The Amel crest. Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
It looks like Amel... Yeah, Amel was the last name of the human mage back in Origins as well, which is, not a coincidence. It's truly sad what happened to the Amels, isn't it? I still remember grandmother talking about the balls that Lord Aristide used to hold at their estate, and the Antivan violin players and dancers from Afsana. No expense was spared, and no one would dare miss it, lest someone think they weren't worthy of an invitation. And then poor Revka had the child, magical talent, running in one of Kirkwall's most prominent families. The Templars had considered Lord Aristide to be Viscount after Threnhold's arrest. Can you imagine the scandal had he been chosen? They whisked the child away to the Circle, and the Amels simply had no luck after that. Leandra ran off with a Ferelden mage, my mom, and then Damien was accused of smuggling. Poor Lord Faustin almost bankrupted his family trying to get the charges dropped, but I hear Viscount Marlowe simply wanted the Amels out of the picture. And it worked too, didn't it? By the time Lord Faustin got sick, there was only young Gamlin left and a mountain of debt. Maybe it's not all my uncle's fault. A lot of things started crashing down at the same time. But him getting into gambling after that probably didn't help. I spoke to Dulcie just the other day, and apparently Gamlin is now living in some lowtown shack. Sounds like the sort of character you'd cross the street to avoid. And let's not even talk about the estate. Mother says we should remember the Amels because that sort of thing could happen to any of us. You know the old saying, a marcher's fortune rises and falls with the tide. If you ask me, this is just another misfortune that magic brings to honest folk. Andraste helped that poor family, whatever lies in store for them. Written by Lady Amelie de Montfort. Yeah. Hold up. This one we read. I think. Yes. Magic is still very widely treated as a curse, even though... Well, it's treated as a curse because people are scared. Because the people who don't do magic are scared. Where did we come from again? This way? There are people there. But it really... If it's something blessed by the maker, I feel like it should be more of a gift. Traps. Only rogues can detect and disarm traps. There's a lot of people. The new skill I have, Explosive Strike. Oh, I gotta build up melee attacks first. Okay, that went pretty well, actually. Fancy poison ring. Oh, hello. Oh my god, that was a little bit much for one guy. History of Kirkwall, Chapter 2. As the Imperium's border slowly receded after the devastation of the First Blight and the subsequent barbarian invasion, many outposts in the area, known today as the Free Marches, were cut off from centers of power. Numerous warlords tried consolidating the region into a single kingdom, but resistance prevailed. And Marius held out for almost a century until it fell to a slave revolt in 25 Ancient. It was not the first such revolt Marius suffered, but it was the last. It started when an Alamari slave named Radon began earning popularity and power by pushing for better conditions. Radon's growing influence prevented the Magisters from touching him, but eventually they had him poisoned. Furious, a group of Radon's supporters stormed the gallows and were massacred, and so began a bloody year-long rebellion. The city burned, and wealthy Hightown was sacked. The Magisters hung before cheering crowds, and Marius assumed the new name of Kirkwall. Kirk meaning black, after its jetstone cliffs. The new city plunged into anarchy for over a decade, and its defenses fell into ruin. Kirkwall has been conquered many times since, the city's own independence suffering since the freeing of its slaves. Now it feels like people just mostly do whatever they want. The Viscount is apparently too busy to see us, but I kind of want to know how he's running the town. Oh. Combat. Enemy mages possess an array of defenses, including shielding spells. When they cast spells, they are at a disadvantage because we can interrupt them.
Trap! Did that bastard Gamlin put you up to this?
All set.
I knew I should have slit his throat.
Oh! Wait, would he have activated the trap? Kinda curious. Oh, I didn't even get to cast a spell, I'm sorry. Okay, there's people coming in from the back too. Well, yeah, getting the activated abilities certainly makes me feel stronger.
Now you fall!
You do get results, don't you?
We did it. Vault Key, Imperium Bloodhelm. Imperium Blood... Oh, I can't wear it. 17 strength. Yeah, Constitution. I need Constitution. Ooh, I get health from this too. Right, so these guys only need belts. They don't even need boots or helmets or anything. I'm the only person who does. Oh my god.
Done.
Frayed rope, leather armor, mask of the Imperium. 5 stars, if that's a good thing. I guess this is a good one, but the mana was nice too. Sometimes I'm not so sure which one is better. But it had more stars, so that one's probably better, right? Okay, if I don't want something... Okay, this is better. If I don't want something, I should mark it as junk immediately, so that next time we can just sell everything here. Mercenary Shanker probably can do that. The staff... Physical damage. I'm actually not sure if this is, Yeah, because I actually haven't even used Bethany to cast any cold spells yet, but this one, I guess it's better? Sure. Let's see how that goes for now. Oh, would you like, I've got other rings and other belts. Gotta give a ring to my sister. Attack, though. Attack might be better for, like, I don't know, Aveline or something. Sure. History of the Circle. It's a truth universally acknowledged that nothing is more successful at inspiring a person to mischief as being told not to do something. Unfortunately, the Chantry of the Divine Age had some trouble with obvious truths, although it did not outlaw magic, quite the contrary, as the Chantry relied upon magic to kindle the eternal flame, which burns in every brazier in every Chantry. It relegated mages to lighting candles and— oh, we read this one. Right? I remember lighting candles and lamps, and perhaps occasional dusting of rafters and eaves. Yeah. I'll give my readers a moment to contemplate how well such a rule satisfied the mages of the time. Yeah, that's part of why they rose up. The mages of Val Royeaux protested. They snuffed out the flames of the cathedral and barricaded themselves inside, which caused the Divine at the time to attempt to order an exalted march on her own cathedral, which everyone was like, oh my god, are you crazy? For 21 days, they were negotiating and the flames were unlit, which was very, very not good for the Chantry. And then the mages were allowed to go into exile in a remote fortress outside the capital, which is what the circle towers are. Yup. But before that, all they did was light candles and stuff, which is pretty insulting.
That's the vault! Everything we want to know about our family is inside.
Check this out.
That should do it.
I think this might be like a tutorial section of some kind, like seeing all the pop-ups that we were getting about all the enemies. Cracked rose diamond. Torn slaver invoice.
This is it! Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
I still want to look around.
All right, but hurry.
Okay. Can I look around Hightown? Oh! My cursor didn't change. I didn't think we would be able to... What? Oh, well, we can't go back. Now we're in Hightown.
So, what do you do, Aveline?
You know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
I don't know how much Varric knows about our situation.
Tea, a leg of ham, daisies for the front hall, and... oh, what am I missing?
We came in as refugees, so it's not like we're gonna be thinking, oh, let's work hard and then after work, we're gonna chill and hang out and just have fun. I think most of us are probably pretty preoccupied with living. Getting to just survive. The blooming rose, what's this one? Do I want to go here now? Blooming rose. Okay, birthright, confront Gamlin. We didn't get to read it? Can I read it? I have no idea what the blooming rose is. I want to go back to where Anders is. But we're right here. Let's do it. Is this the pub in Hightown?
What do you suppose goes on in there?
Oh. Is this a brothel? One way to find out.
Interesting place. Let's not stay here for long.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
Coterie. Kirkwall is built on a solid foundation of greed and human suffering, and its underworld is a place where everything is for sale and everyone is fair game. There are many criminal empires within the city, some of which have been around since the Imperium used Kirkwall as a hub in the slave trade. Alliances, spying, manipulation, betrayal, and open warfare is all commonplace in the never-ending struggle for power. The Coterie is a thieves' guild that has been around for almost a century, but until recently was never a major player in the underworld. Some 20 years ago, the strongest of the local criminal empires was an ancient guild known as the Sabrathan, but its leader was betrayed from within, and during the turmoil, the Coterie made a successful grab for power. Since then, they've sunk their claws into almost every level of Kirkwall, including the City Guard, the Dwarven Merchants Guild, and some of the most influential citizens in the city. It's safe to say that the Coterie gets a slice of every pie, and very little goes on in Kirkwall that escapes their notice. So it could be a brothel, but it's a thieves' guild. Maybe we shouldn't be taking stuff around here then. That seems like it should be a bad idea. No, it's not a brothel. This looks normal. It looks fairly normal. Oh! I found your scarf.
I think I found something of yours.
Your shawl.
I had never thought to see this again. Thank you.
Oh, there's a snobby kid out there somewhere. Hello? Runes of lightning. These people... Is that their uniform? They haven't even finished tiling the ground. That's it. Well, you can hear sounds here. Huh. Oh, what's going on out there? Some kid and...
2 meats and a dwarven ale.
like a higher class pub?
The merchandise is up front.
Is it a brothel or not? I don't know. What? Gamlin!
I won't mention this to your mother if you don't.
We don't have money. You don't even work, do you?
I've got your usual ready and waiting for you upstairs, so
I swear by Andraste,
Many
the
thanks,
monster pinch me
Madam
again and
C.
dead.
we should show the will to Mother as soon as we can.
Getting a few looks in here. Hope it's because I'm a god.
This place reminds me way too much of the Merchants Guild.
Quintus.
Welcome to the Blooming Rose. Personally, I wouldn't say it's blooming precisely, but the name's not my choice.
No, I think it's a pub. There's a giant vat for wine and whatever. Just a chill out place.
You'll ruin my business.
A chill out place. I'll read that later. Gosh, there's so much to read everywhere. There's something... Is that just to leave? Yeah, I guess so. There's some fancy guitar strumming music. What the heck are these? What kind of mascot is that? I don't even know.
He didn't really ask you to wear a feather boa.
All Asian, darling. Used to it.
It's like a pub where you could ask for brothel services, maybe? Hello? Probably we can't talk to these people yet. They look important. Was there another person here we could have talked to?
I'll get your order in a minute.
Okay, there's a Templar in here.
Varric, do you do anything?
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
Exactly.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
It's a skill. It's a much needed skill.
I can't do that.
You're good at fighting, he's good at talking. Different skills for different times. I'm just glad no one's getting mad at me here. Okay, but that's it for now. We came here for the shawl. The Anderfells. With Sabina's brat. Where? Who's Sabina?
I'm gonna work for the coterie when I grow up.
Okay, good for you. Is that a big honor? I guess so. Beats being in Lowtown, huh? The Anderfells are a land of shocking extremes. It is the most desolate place in all the world, for 2 blights have left great expanses of the steppes, so completely devoid of life that corpses cannot even decay there. No insect or grub will ever reach them. It is a land filled with wonders like the Murdain, with its gigantic white statue of Our Lady, carved into its face, her hands outstretched and bearing an eternal flame, a white-hot fortress with its walls of living rock towering over the desolate plains below. The Anders, too, are a people of extremes, the most devout priests and the most deadly soldiers, the poorest nation in the world and the most feared. Speaking of Anders, we gotta go find him. But we should go back to Mom first, I guess, otherwise Bethany will keep bugging me. Easy to leave. This place is big. There is so many little areas, little nooks and crannies. Back home?
So I'm just saying,
blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality.
Let's leave.
It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother.
Grandfather left you everything.
Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Gamlin didn't get anything. Wait, I want to hear more.
Check out the part where Gamlin is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlin, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
It's still some kind of a superpower for you to lose the entire estate. You could have been set for life. But there's a reason why our grandparents didn't give you anything.
You'll spend the rest of your life paying my mother back for what you stole.
Andraste's ass, I will.
I don't expect that, Gamlin. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate.
Oh,
Make
okay.
a winning. You'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
I guess my uncle doesn't really know too much about our activities because I feel like I'm up and coming. Gamlin has just been here forever, not going anywhere in life, and yet, like if I were him, I would bank on my nieces becoming somebody. But he's like, nope, I'm just gonna act like an asshole, and that's the end of that.
So, what? Are you here to gloat? Gamlin's the idiot again. Gamlin's the fool who can't hold his money when it's given in a bloody silver basket. I tried, you know, when Leandra left, but no one was ever going to live up to her.
You know, I can sympathize with how hard it must have been when everything, because we read the thing in the estate about how everything around him fell apart. And it's difficult when it's just him. Well, how did it happen?
I've seen the nobles in this town. Your parents must have had a fortune. Where did it all go?
Well, it's not like I stood at the side of the wharf and hurled it over. I tried to invest it. I got some good tips on trade in Kunari cheeses. And, you know, a man's got needs. I'm not denying I spent more on myself than I should have, but I figured it'd all work out.
What was she like, as a girl?
Mother.
We're only a year apart. But that was time enough for Leandra to get our parents wrapped firmly around her little finger.
Wow.
They showed her off at every opportunity. The beauty, the scholar, the light of their lives. As far as they were concerned, they should have stopped there.
And suddenly she becomes a black sheep of the family by running off and marrying a Ferelden mage. We're all on the same boat now.
I'm sure you did your best.
Don't butter me up, sweetie. I changed their filthy sheets and wiped their chins through 2 bouts of the cholera, and the last word Father said was... Leandra. I'm not looking for love, but at least I got the money.
And here I was, just about to like you.
You know, I was extending you an olive branch, and you had to go and slap it away, so whatever, I guess. This is the usual. Weren't you gonna kick us out? Monthly contributions? We don't want to live here anymore. Even if we get the estate, you're not coming with. The Bone Pit. Hawke, if you're looking for work, there's a rich merchant in Hightown who's got trouble with his mining operation. If you haven't heard of the Bone Pit, the locals say it's cursed. I don't put much stock in it, but I had to turn down the job because of Marchers and my crew making the rest superstitious. Go speak with Hubert Bartier in Hightown Market. Oh, we talked to that guy earlier already.
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me. She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
I want to respond to that first, but this is... I mean, I don't want to change the subject.
Grandmother didn't want you to leave. She tried holding on to you the only way she knew.
She would have been so proud of you. You're everything she wanted in an Amel grandchild. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Carver. He was such a little boy. Never had a knee that wasn't scraped or trousers without holes.
He was so young. Never got to be the man he wanted.
I just keep thinking there's something we could have done. It's killing me. I remember that awful creature reaching down and 18 years of loving and feeding and raising, and that was it.
Blame the Darkspawn, not yourself.
The ogre would have been happy with any prey. It was my fault it was Carver. I miss him. There were 4 of us when the Blight began. It will never be over while there are just 3. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartrand's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Carver, but with luck, I can at least give us a home.
So it sounds like we're not gonna get to the estate until after we leave for the expedition then.
I've had word from Lothering. They are rebuilding. I don't know if I could ever return to the site of such horrors.
A family torn apart by war and the Blight and Darkspawn. All things considered, we only lost 1 family member. That's more than what a lot of people can say.
Your mother's busy writing to the Viscount. If you want more touching family stories, go to her.
He had like 1 small moment of vulnerability, but now he's all very, very prickly again. And I get it, because I'm his niece. I'm not... They gotta sort it out. Mother and uncle. I'm a little bit too low in the family tree for him to really open up that much to me, I think.
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlin stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part. I could never turn against my own sister like that.
That better not be foreshadowing.
Don't make any hasty promises.
Joke all you want, but you make Gamlin look like the toad he is. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
I'm glad that you got that. I don't know how she feels, because I never was ostracized for being a mage. Neither Carver nor I would have known how that feels like.
They might have been alright with the Ferelden thing. But just imagine if they'd known you were an apostate.
You're such a wretch. I was just hoping it would be different this time. Here in Kirkwall. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
Well, we actually have to have a home first.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother. Carver's death. It's killing her slowly every day. But maybe if we can reclaim some of what she lost, it will help. I'd do anything to get us back a normal life.
Why did Mother and Father work so hard to keep you from the Circle? Would it have been so bad?
I guess at first, I was just a little girl. They didn't want to lose me. And once I had learned anything, what would the Templars do to an active apostate, not just a mageblood child? It changed their lives, your life, Carver's, all because of who I am. Sometimes I wonder if it would have been so bad to be with my own kind, to serve the Chantry as Andraste demands.
Well, you're my sister. Anything you decide, I'll support, but nobody can take you away from me. Everything Bethany says is so laced in fear and sadness, it makes me really upset.
What do you think Carver would have made of all this?
He would have hated this place. All the sneering nobles. He'd have gotten himself arrested the first day. And he would have wanted in on your Deep Roads expedition. Anything to make a name for himself. Sometimes I still can't believe he's gone.
We're kind of like the awkward sibling out. They're twins, I'm like the other sibling.
Can you imagine if we'd grown up here? Been nobility?
Had grandparents who bought us Orlesian silk dresses with lace petticoats. Father was a good man, but Mother gave up so much for him. Of course, if she hadn't worked up the nerve to elope, she probably wouldn't have been able to resist the Templars either. If we'd been born here, you'd be nothing more to me than a name the Circle kept in my file.
Well, we're here now.
We're going to make this our home, Bethany. I promise you.
I hope so, sister. I'm so very tired of running.
Stability has been this one thing that keeps evading Bethany. Our father dying, us being on the run from the Blight, yada yada yada.